Hey, welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is for you in whatever part of the country that you're in. My name is Dave. Name of my company is Wearing Media. And today we are talking bonds and investment strategy. I'm a Stetson University graduate of 2012. And if you don't know what Stetson University is, you should look into the old hatters down here in DeLand. We're a bunch of crazy people that like to make money, and we don't like it when people get bullied out of their money. Fix this stuff up here for you. All right, so this is a newer podcast, but the information that I have to offer you is slower and older. And we'll keep this stuff playing in the background. Right now we're in pre-funding, raising capital for our movie, Rise of the Midnight Suns. And this is bothering me, so hang on, I'm gonna fix that real quick. And what we're doing is talking about bonds, annuities, how to outpace the market, and what the market even is. And we're gonna discuss all this over our delicious cup of coffee from our Stetson University program. Excuse me. My program was called the Executive Passport Program, and while in that program, we learned all about these type of things, how to price bonds, how to buy into bonds, and how to get the people that you know to rally around a cause, similar to Kickstarter. Wearing Media will release a bond schedule, but before I do that, I want to let you guys know what it is, and I'm not going to invite anybody into this one unless this is fun money for them. I don't have the backing that Disney does. I don't have those AAA ratings. And we'll get into all this in the future, but I just want to let everybody know right off the bat, if you are interested in taking place in participating with this filming, think of it as like a vacation. What we're trying to do is sell $2,000 bonds to people and give them percentage of the box office points. So when the movie comes out, your return on investment for the bond, which we will calculate, and I'll show you how to do all these things. When the box office money comes back into our financial realm, we distribute it back out to our backers, not through Kickstarter, but via the bond schedule that we'll release. And usually the way bonds work is you sell off a bunch of these different things, you price it out, you look at the pacing of the market, and you see if you can outpace the market. It's if you remember when all those people were saying to the moon and they wanted to jump on all these other people's mistakes, I guess. They received a little bit of extra bonus in the cash world, but they kind of outpaced themselves. And a gamble is not something that you really want to use as your long-term investment. So before we get into all this on my bond, I'll start talking to you guys about what these are. Excuse me. How you can make money off them yourselves. If you should even try to make money off them yourselves. And if it's type of investment strategy that you'll even participate in. So cheers to the Hatters of Stetson University. All right. Before we get into this, let's talk about markets and what inflation is. I'm going to do this as a very basic educational term. If you don't know what this stuff is and you're interested in it, then you probably are a brand new investor or somebody that's a little bit just coming into some money. Inflation is the type of services that you can get or the things for the cost of goods over time. And all you're trying to do with your money is to make sure that it outpaces inflation. So if I give you $5 right now as a student and you come back to me and that $5 is gone because you spent it on something, what did you get for that $5? If I give you $5 10 years ago, are you going to get the same value for that? And if I give you $5 10 years in the future, are you going to get the value on that as well? What will be the value? Let's say, for example, $5 back in the 60s got you a movie, a full tank of gas, a pack of smokes, a home, and then $5 in the 80s only got you a pack of smokes and a gallon of gas, and $5 now gets you like a drink and a cigarette. That's the type of volume you'd be looking at. So when we talk about inflation, box office numbers are huge too. Gone with the Wind was one of the most lucrative movies ever made, and it still does so, but it has time on its side. It works either way. If you look at the amount of money that they made on the box office back when that movie came out versus the amount of money that came out versus the amount of money that they make on box office stuff now, you have to try and figure out where the inflation is, and you have to try to see which one of those would have been a better return. There also are advanced financial analytics majors that know how to talk about outpacing of said markets. Let's move into percentage points real quick. CDs, annuities are the type of... we'll get into annuities in a little bit. Let's talk about CDs real quick. That's like the most basic thing that I'm trying to compare to right now. So when you buy a CD at a bank, high interest CD account. Let's see. Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Right now I'm seeing a 5.25% APY on a 14-month CD. So what that means is you're going to get 5.25% back on your money. Let's see if anybody has any inflation data. Inflation percentage 2023. CNBC is estimating that the consumer price index rose 3.4% in December 2033. Doesn't exactly correlate to those two, but if you are getting 5.6% back on your money from your CD and you've distributed 3.4% into the inflation market, which is not anything you can handle, that's not anything that's up to anybody other than financial analytics majors and the people that handle the global market. Theoretically speaking, you could say that you're losing... What are the numbers again? You could be losing like over 50% of that return. So then how do you outpace that market? Typically, bonds are also sold in huge groups. So you go to these investors and you talk to them about all of the money that they are distributing in the markets and how they absorb money and where they put it and how it returns back. When you have 80 people that buy in at a $2,000 margin, you have a lot more of a buying power. You also have to pay those people back, though, and they need their percentage points on it. So the movie has to release, and the dangers of this film industry are becoming grossly disgusting, in my opinion, in this city. I tried to pull a movie off down here, and just all hell broke loose, and I don't want to know if I don't know if I want to make any more in Orlando. So you also need to know that if you're buying into a bond that is for movies, don't ever buy into it unless you have distribution rights or unless you have distribution schedules. In any of the bonds that I've ever been a part of for movies in particular, a huge majority of the money was saved for marketing purposes. Organic marketing is good, but look, I've been organically marketing this channel without spending a single penny on it other than production costs. And there are right now 0 people watching with 0 people liking. And that's just an organic. That's like a pop-up stream that I want to throw on there to see how YouTube distributes my content. They're not very supportive of this. Yet I see a note from the CEO that says how supportive they are of all of their creators, I see a note on their channel that tells me to keep trying, keep on going. But I see an algorithm that supports nobody. I also see strategies that people are using where they're finding a very lucrative key term. Let's say the 2024 Flower and Garden series comes out. Is it legal for Disney representatives to buy ads for certain people so that everybody else gets buried? That's a question. Is it legal for Universal to do it? Is it legal for anybody to do it? If I'm group bullying people out of their decisions, is that legal? And the burden is upon the people in the courtroom to prove that any sane and logical person would accept this behavior. For example, if I sign a contract with somebody in the state of Florida that says I get to kill them, that's illegal. So that contract will not hold up in the state of Florida because federally and in the state of Florida, you cannot kill people. Now, in the state of Florida, we have a lot of self-defense people, and they're wondering why this is all happening. There's also a lot of aggressive criminals down here. If you're coming down here to film a movie, we've all been instructed to hire personal security, and it's disgusting, and I don't like that behavior even a little bit. That leads to more deaths. And we have to talk to everybody about their construction companies and who they're bringing down here and where they're bringing them from. And are they returning home? These people are high risk, low income individuals. I feel like some of them in the construction industry is all over the place, maybe getting a little bit taken advantage of. And there are other states where there are labor laws against these type of things. So if I had anything further to talk to the Scott family about down here in Florida after the migration of a ton of illegal immigrants on the Sunrail, not Sunrail, what's the brand new one called? Brightline. The issue is that I don't like it when people from Miami that are here illegally are escorted up into the Disney Orlando area from Miami and attack others because of a drug trade. It's not something that should happen, but Daniel, your family started this, and Rick moved forward with the governor position, and he didn't give us anything we asked for, and he also stole my kid. So I really need him back, Rick. I don't care if you're a senator any longer, sir. I saw you at the Cape. I saw your family attacking me. I need my child back. Thank you.